Greetings, KyleUniverse here, and it's that time of year again, Halloween. And more than likely, you, like myself, love Hocus Pocus and watch it multiple times before the end of the month. But are you aware of all the facts and secrets that go on in front of and behind the camera of this awesome movie? Let's take a look, shall we? The idea for the story came from writer-producer David Kirshner and his daughter sitting in front of their house when Sam, the neighbor's cat, walked by. David then said to his daughter, "Did you know that cat used to be a boy, but witches turned him into a cat?" His daughter was intrigued by what he had said and wanted to know more, and David Kirshner just kept adding more to the story. Sarah Jessica Parker based her character on the free-spirited nature of Stevie Nicks and described Sarah Sanderson as a wood nymph mixed with Lolita and a toddler. Hocus Pocus, don't make me picture that. Bette Midler, on the other hand, described her character Winifred as a hag with vanity makeup and flesh-eating teeth. Midler explained the reason for her crazy makeup was because Winifred has poor eyesight. Huh, who knew? The role of Mary was originally offered to Rosie O'Donnell, but she had concerns about playing a scary witch. However, Kathy Najimy jumped at the chance to work with Bette Midler. The only thing she was concerned about was offending real witches through stereotypes. There was a cut scene from the script where Allison is describing the three witches to Max and Danny, explaining that each one shared the same mother, but had three different fathers. Winifred's father was a warlock, Sarah's was the village idiot, and Mary's was a hound dog. If you notice throughout the movie, Kathy Najimy barks a lot, and she's the one that can sniff out kids. No doubt this probably comes from that deleted scene of her character's origin. In real life, the film's director and Omri Katz, who played Max, both shared a love for the band The Grateful Dead. This is why they decided to make Max a fan as well. If you notice in class, a Grateful Dead sketch is what he's drawing. There's a mistake having to do with time. The movie takes place 300 years after the Sanderson sisters were hung exactly on October 31st. But when we time jump to 1993, Max is in school. In reality, 300 years later from 1693 would have been a Sunday, meaning no school. When Sean Murray, otherwise known as Thackeray Binks, is running through the woods, the cross necklace that he's wearing got caught on one of the trees and became lost. The filming crew couldn't find it, so a new one was made out of sticks. It is quite possible that Sean's original cross necklace is still out in the Salem woods to this date. Hocus Pocus fans, flock to Massachusetts! Find that necklace! The witches have a very unique style of walking. It combines slinking and lurking, which the actresses nicknamed slurking. The original title for the film was going to be Halloween House. On a side note, in other parts of the world, the movie goes by the name Abracadabra. Bette Midler drew some inspiration for Winifred Sanderson from the Wicked Witch of the West from Wizard of Oz, and Miss Ernett from The Witches. Her hair design was taken from Queen Elizabeth I, and a lot of her personality was from the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. The note that Max gives Allison is not the same paper prop that she then gives back to him. As you can see, the writing is slightly different. Originally in the script, when Max and Danny are trick-or-treating, there are several instances where Max had to explain his costume to people. Among these lines were, "I'm a blind center fielder," "I'm Christian Slater," "I'm Jack Nicholson's long-lost zombie son," "I'm Ray Charles," and plainly, "I'm her brother." There's a blooper when the Sanderson sisters become younger. If you look in the corner of the screen at Emily, you can see that the actress is still moving, even though in the story, she's supposed to be dead. It is hinted at that Sarah might have the ability to sense virgins. This could explain the scene where Winifred thinks they should look elsewhere for the kids, but Sarah remains where she is as if she knows they are there. However, this power is never confirmed. In reality, Sarah Jessica Parker, who plays Sarah... Hey, I just noticed that just now. Anyways, her great-grandmother, Esther Elwell, was arrested for acts of witchcraft. Part of the scene when the Sanderson sisters are hanging was removed. It had Mary questioning if she had left the cauldron burning. This explains later on why she points out, "I knew I left this cauldron on." Actually, I kind of wish they left that scene in. Did you know that Leonardo DiCaprio could have been in the role of Max, but instead decided to go and star in the movie What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Sorry to say, Leo, but I don't think that movie has a fan base. And interesting enough, there were 600 boys that tried out for the role of Max. And Omri did get the role, but was dismissed, and later on, they changed their mind and brought him back on. In the original script, when they asked the fake police officer for help, instead of telling them how hard he works, he chants some gibberish and then tells them that he used police magic to protect them from the witches for 24 hours. Yeah, the revision was better. Another line not used was an introduction where Winifred says, "I'm Winifred Sanderson, and this is my stupid sister, Sarah." When Danny encounters her mom as Madonna, there is a slight film mistake. In one shot, you can see her wedding ring, and in the next shot, the ring is missing. When Winifred is looking around the kitchen, there was a removed scene in the script that had the phone ringing, and when she answered it, the voice proclaimed it was "Mother," to which Winifred thinks it's her actual mother, turned into a phone. Costume designer Mary Vaught didn't use any black colors in the Sanderson sisters' costumes. This was so they wouldn't be similar to the stereotype of what most think witches should look like. Each costume is also designed to reflect their character. Winifred is green to complement her red hair, Mary's is very neutral with homespun fabrics using deep and rich colors, and Sarah's is light and airy. Sarah Jessica Parker loved being in her flying harness so much that she read the entire script for the movie while being suspended above the set. Ever notice Mary's hairstyle? Well, as it turns out, her curly hair is inspired by the twisting stem of a pumpkin. Remember that whole calming circle thing to make sure the sisters keep their, calm? It makes a return in a deleted scene where the witches are in the school. In this scene, they're in the pool house when Winifred falls into the water, and when she makes her way out, they form another calming circle to keep her from losing her temper. Ever notice that the kids that steal the witches' brooms are actually dressed up as the Sanderson sisters? The sound effect implies that they flew off. I wonder what kooky hijinks they got up to. When the trailer for Hocus Pocus was released, it showed the witches in the supermarket. And when I was watching it for the first time, I was waiting for this scene to appear in the movie, but it never did. Come to find out that this later was a part of a whole deleted sequence that had the Sanderson sisters making their own candy in hopes to attract children to them. When the witches arrive at the school, the clock says 3:06, but when the kids leave, it says 12 o'clock. Did they go back in time? In this scene with Binks and Max talking, the moon isn't real. I mean, obviously it doesn't really look like it is, but why is it there? It's so Binks, being a black cat, wouldn't fade into the background of the night sky. Take a close look at this fountain. It's actually the same one that is used during the opening credits of Friends. There's a little movie error when the kids arrive home. If you look at the reflection in the glass, you can see the boom mic operator. Oops. In real life, Kathy Majimmy was such a big fan of Bette Midler's that when she was a teenager, she would ring her doorbell and leave her notes about wanting to become an actress. Doug Jones plays the character Billy Butcherson. He used Ichabod Crane from Sleepy Hollow as inspiration for the character, which is kind of ironic because Billy does lose his head a few times. You know that part where Billy opens his mouth and moths fly out? Those were actually 100% real moths. Wow, the things actors do, right? There was an extended scene of Billy having fun at the adult party, interacting with other people and joining in on a conga line. Aww, why was this cut? There was an alternate ending in which Binks continues to live on as a cat, but loses the ability to talk. Yeah, that ending isn't as fulfilling, is it? Thanks for joining me on this look into one of my favorite movies. Hope you guys have a happy Halloween, and go watch Hocus Pocus a few more times before the month is over. Happy Halloween! I'm KyleUniverse. See you out there.